Okay. Excuse me. All right. Welcome back. We are going to continue this build of the Prusa MK4S 3D printer kit. We're almost done. Heading up on the last of this chapter and then finally get this thing up and running and test printing. And maybe I'll stream that for a little bit. We'll see how fast this goes tonight. But anyway, so let's go ahead and just jump right on into it. We are now, oh, hold on, this camera's been moved somehow. How did this camera get moved? I have no idea how that camera got moved like that. Anyway, all right. So, according to instructions, we are now on step 36, right? Yeah, step 36. So, attaching the heat bed, parts preparation for the following steps. Please prepare M3 4 BT screws. So, M3 4 BT screws, M3 4 BT screws. This light got moved too. Hold on a second. I think my kids have been down here. That's right. Don't look like they broke anything, but that's all right. All right, so there's going to be 8 of these. So the 9 in this bag, including 1 spare. So we just need 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And the 1 spare can go right back in the bag. And go over with all the rest of my spares. Boom. And then we need the, oh, what's this? Is this a spacer? No, no, this is the M3 times 14 BT screw. There's 2 in the bag. We only need 1, so there's 1 including the spare. All right, so I go over with the rest of the spares over there. And then we need the last spacer that's in this Y-carriage heat bed assembly bag. It's spacer 653.1 times 8. So that's what this spacer is right here. So now we are officially done with all of these fastener bags, or this big fastener bag anyway, and that other Y-carriage bag, and the Y-carriage bag. So that's everything we need. Let's see what the comments say. Be sure to point cables to the back of the printer when placing the heat bed. Why are you talking about that now? Place the spacer onto the Y-carriage and align it with the hole in the center. That's super easy. Put the heat bed on the Y-carriage and secure it. Why are we not screwing this in any way, shape, or form? Don't like that. And make sure I didn't miss any steps up here. Nope. Zoom in on this picture. There's nothing in the middle there. All of these are on there the way they're supposed to be. I'll go ahead and zoom on here. That spacer just goes in right there and loose. That's not fun. Oh, it does get a screw that goes all the way through it. I see now. Okay. So now we're going to put, place the Y spacer. Yep. Put the heat bed carriage on the Y. Heat bed on the Y carriage and secure it by the M3 times 14 BT. Do not fully tighten the screw yet. So that's the yellow in the middle. So I see I get it now. Insert the M3 times 4 BT screws into the remaining holes in the heat bed. Do not fully tighten yet. And according to the comment from before, you want to make sure and put, I'm pretty sure this is what Sally said in the previous steps comment, ensure the heat bed cables are oriented to the rear of the printer when fastening the heat bed. Yeah, and you'll see that in the picture right here and right here. So let's go ahead and grab the heat bed. Make sure that the cables are put towards the back. Gently place this down, try to line it up with the spacer there. I can't see the spacer. There it is. And then we take our long, what is it, the M314, yeah, 14 BT. And that's going to require one of the star keys, the hex keys. And just need to, there we go, gently get that started in there. And we're not to fully tighten it yet. So I'm going to get it down there until it just touches the heat bed. There we go. And then what are these? These are the same thing. And then the last step is the M3 4BT screws. Do not fully tighten yet. Pretty easy. There we go. So get them just until they touch. Go. I'm doing the crisscross pattern here just because A, it's habit, and B, it's a good idea because it just keeps everything aligned. I say that as this one gives me problems starting. There we go. Across here. And then I'll do the back. Oh, come on, you gotta start. That's started? Yeah, it started. And then down right there. All right. Do not fully tighten the screws yet. I have not. Tightening the heat bed. After all screws are in place, tighten in the follow sequence. Center screw, first 4 screw edges, last 4 screw corners. Tighten the screws gently but firmly. So we want to start with the center one. And that's nice and tight. First 4 screw edges. So we're going to do the edges now. Just get it so it's firm in there. And going maybe like 1/8 of a turn more. And then last, we're going to do the corners. Maybe 1/4 of a turn more. And there. And there. Feel like that's pretty tight. All right. Guiding the heat bed cables parts preparation. For the following steps, please prepare the MK4S Wi-Fi cover, the ESP Wi-Fi module. We need 3 M3 times 12 screws and power terminal screws, 6/32. So let me go ahead and get the screws out. So M3 times 12 screws. M3 times 10. 2 times 6. 3 times 8. Those are nuts. Those are nuts. M3 times 10. There they are. M3 times 12. Let's see if I can get this picked up without spilling any of them out. And we need 3 of them. There's exactly 3 left. I think there's actually 4 left because I've got another one over there that I was using for something else that I never put back in the bag. Is that the same size? No, this is a longer one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'll leave it over there. So M3 times 12. So I guess I didn't get a spare, or it ended up spilling out somewhere over here. But anyway, don't matter. We've got enough. We need the Wi-Fi module cover, so that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be the X carriage and a heat bed bag, 2 of 2. So we need Wi-Fi cover. That's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Put the little Wi-Fi symbol on there. And where the Wi-Fi module goes, let's get that pushed off to the side here. And then we need the actual Wi-Fi module itself, which is going to be in this box, which is this piece here, right? Yeah, the ESP Wi-Fi. So we can pull this board out, take a look. Yep, there's our ESP Wi-Fi module. It's got the Prusa branding right on there. All right. And we've got, oh, we need one more set of screws. Power terminal screws, 6/32 times 2. Is that these right here? Power terminals for 32, right? So there's 3 left, so we need 2, and the third one's a spare. So not too shabby. Do that there. And then since it's a spare, we can put it off to the side over there. 2 comments. What's the comments? Oh, yeah, so good. None of my pins bent. Because we're careful removing it from the package. Some of the pins, the pins on the backside can bend. Assembling the Wi-Fi. So insert the ESP Wi-Fi module into the Wi-Fi cover, positioning it just below the bridge on the left side. On the other side, ensure the connector fits correctly into the hull cover. So this is going to be on the back side here. And then the pins are going to go up in the upper right-hand corner. And it looks like it kind of pushes this end in first and then slides down into place. And then there's a connector. There it is. So that connector's got to be shown on that side. And it's not secured into place yet, but then it shows in the next picture here that that connector needs to be shown there. There we go. No notes for that one. Guess we can finish with the, we don't need that right now, just set it off to the side. I set it simply aside for a while. Push the heat bed cables and heat bed thermistor cable through the square opening in the back of the X-Buddy box. Push the filament through the circle hole right below the square opening. Place the black heat bed cable on the left terminal and secure it with terminal screw. Place the right heat bed cable on the right terminal and secure it with terminal screw. Connect the heat bed thermistor cable X-Buddy board. So that's pretty simple instructions there. So let's get this turned to the side. Tools and stuff out of the way here. So there we go. Let's see if I can get this camera up there. There we go. Perfect. So there's our heat bed cable bundle. So high resolution picture. So all of that goes in except for the filament support. There we go. Filament support goes in the hole in the bottom here. It's not hold there at all. All right, and then we want to use the terminal screws. So the positive is the right one and the ground is the left one, it looks like. Yeah, red's the right. And then the Wi-Fi cable goes across all that to there. So we can do that here. All right, so we need the terminal screws, which are going to be Phillips head. So let me do the positive first. Go ahead and get this screw started in there. Looks like that filament comes into the box pretty far. Get that straight up and down there. Get next terminal screw connector. Put it on our ground. I almost lost that. There we go. Get that up in there. There it is. Feed that through the bottom there. There we go. Just give those a little bit more space. Hold that in place. Tighten it up. Oh, come on. Don't move. Tighten this up. Good, good. All right, and then the Wi-Fi module, the clip goes up, or the thermistor, sorry, the thermistor cable just gets clicked in right there, super easy, barely an inconvenience. And I believe that's all for this step, right? Yeah. And then installing the Wi-Fi cover assembly. Be very careful when handling and connecting ESP module to avoid bending and damaging the pins. Take the Wi-Fi cover assembly and connect the ESP module pins to the connector in the X-Buddy board. It says X-Buddy, but the X-Buddy board. Position the heat bed cable bundle into the cutout in the Wi-Fi cover. Close the Wi-Fi cover carefully. Ensure the pins of the ESP module are properly aligned. The connector properly engaged in the connector on the X-Buddy board. Double check that the heat bed cable bundle is in place. Secure the cover with 3 M3x12 screws, which is what we have sitting down right there. Let's take a look at the comments real quick before we look at the picture. Found it easier to pre-place the M3x12 screws in the Wi-Fi cover to firm up that assembly and ensure the module pins aren't scuffed. Okay, so putting them in there already might help. So those pins go in, those go in there. So let's get this turned so I can get to the back easier. And if he's saying that it's easier to put M3x10 screws in already, how tight do they fit in there? Yeah, they fit pretty tight actually. So I can try to make sure to be careful of the pins of the Wi-Fi board. I don't want to grab them, bend them or anything. But I can get this screw in there. Where are you? There you are. And that'll actually hold the Wi-Fi board into place a little bit. This Wi-Fi board has this, here we go, has this spacer here. And the screw goes through there, so I'm just pushing the screw until it is flush with the other side, so it doesn't stop it from sitting flush up against the buddy board box. And then this last one here goes right there. Go until I can feel it hit my finger there. We go, perfect. And then where does the, oh, and the cable goes up and in there. Okay. So that goes up. And this goes right there. So cable goes up and in there. And then I got to get the pins in at the same time. That's a little difficult. I can't really see the pins. Get above it here. That might help. That looks good. So let me go ahead and get this screw threaded in. That's the one right above the pins, so it'll hold the pins in, and it'll hold the heat bed bundle, cable bundle. And that one's in. That one's in, and last one. Make sure these are all firmly tight. Didn't say anything about not tightening them right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right. Secure the cover. Yep. All right. NFT antenna parts and preparation. For the following steps, please prepare the X body cover, which is where did I put that? I remember seeing it. I still remember where it went now. Oh, it's in here. Oh. Another fully metal sheet metal cut piece. And then we need the EL box cover. I believe that's here. Yeah, it was the other one in the box with the Wi-Fi box cover. So EL box cover. We'll say NFC right on the bottom right there. And now this bag is completely empty. All that's left is filament guide, the old gear holder for the, yeah, all that's left in the box now is the optional filament guide and that old holder for the gears on the extruder. So we are officially done with the hardware box anyway. Still have some printed pieces left and some electronics left and stuff. X buddy cover, EL box cover, M3 times 6 screws. So let's see, M3 times 6 screws. How many do we need? We need 4. Here's our M3 times 6 bag. And we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. Boom. Yep. And then we need N3 times 10 screws 2. N3 times 10 screws 1, 2. 2. All right, list continues in the next step, NFC antenna parts preparation, NFC coil, isopropyl alcohol cleaning pad, adhesive film 32 by 25, NFC coil cable, 3 comments. Pro tip, NFC coil, adhesive film, and NFC coil cable were all in the same bubble wrap pouch for me. I spent time looking for the adhesive film only to realize it was sat clinging to the side of the NFC coil. That was not facing me. The NFC coil cable is easy to miss in the bubble wrap pouch if you aren't looking for it. Recognized the NFC coil cable. Looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. What else is in the bag with it? It was in the same bad bag as the NFC coil blister pouch. I immediately put the pouch on my trash pile after I took out the coil, so it took me a while to find the cable. Okay, so if we open up this box and we have the NFC set. So if you look at this sticker right here, there you go. NFC set. So I guess that's what they're talking about. I'm glad I read the comments because I probably would have missed it too. We'll see. But let's go ahead and open up this bubble wrap pouch. Be careful not to damage anything inside of it, since it's pretty tightly packed in here. Let's tear bubble wrap. Come on. Come on. Go ahead and close these comments. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's no other comments. It's just the 3. Thought it was more than that. Come on. Don't mess with me here. Bag. There we go. Bag is done. All right, so now I'm gonna take this other bubble wrap bag and just place it here so I can get everything out of here. So here is our Prusa NFC module. So you can just see right there. NFC coil. I don't have anything sticking to mine right now because it is all loose in the bag still. So here is the adhesive film and the NFC coil cable, which is right here. And that's a very familiar cable, antenna cable. All right, so that bag's taken care of. And we need the alcohol wipe. There it is. Cleaning accessories. Oh, it even comes with a nozzle cleaning fan. I've got a bunch of this. Close that up. Backing. I'm gonna put it in the electronics box for right now. All right, so locate the small round. Let me get this off to the side here. Go. Locate the small round connector labeled NFC on the bottom left side of the buddy board. Connect the NFC coil cable to the board by fitting the connectors together and pressing lightly until you feel a click, ensuring a correct connection. So that's it right there. It's right next to the negative for the heat bed, and you can see it's really tiny, but it says NFC right next to it. Ensure the NFC antenna cable connector is securely plugged in and does not come loose from the board. Be extra careful when connecting the NFC coil cable connector. Excessive pressure or misalignment can cause irreversible damage. Leave the other end of the cable free for now. 4 comments. Printer on its side with Expedite board facing up was the right trick. What is this connector for? Ants? Blue steel. Oh, you can't see my face. It seemed easier to rotate the printer so the Expedite board faces upwards so that I could then hold and rotate the cover and cable in position and push it into place. A little more comments. I had a lot of trouble with the connection on the Expedite board. The connector kept falling out. I tried it again after step 49, but I guess it must have fallen out because I couldn't get NFC to work for Wi-Fi setup during the install. My phone was successfully send, but the Prusa app gave an error. Maybe this wouldn't have even worked that far without the antenna, and the issue may be something else. Okay, I don't know. So we need to connect that in there. Where does it? So let's go high def. So it's going to be underneath all the other wires. So one person was saying that it's easier to put the printer up on its side. So got my X carriages all the way to one side already. So I'm going to lift this up and lean it back. And you can see that the connector is right there. And so if I take this cable, it's like a snap button. It's almost exactly what it's like. And if I can get as close to there, come on. It is a tiny, tiny, tiny connector. I can't really tell if it's on there because my fat fingers are in the way. Get on there. And this would be a cable I would appreciate if it would be changed to something else besides this kind of snap cable. Are you in there? No, you're not. And the cable just fell again. I've also had to play with these if I had to work on switch controllers. And the switch controller has some connectors like this in here. Switch controllers are super, I don't say fragile, but they're definitely not durable in a 3 or 4-year-old's hand. And I've had to open it up and reattach some cables when they get snapped off the side of the switch, and I had to replace the plastic part with an aftermarket plastic part. Come on. Yeah, this is not easy. Come on. Holy moly. Let me try the other side. I'm also trying to be gentle. Oh boy. Gotta breathe. Don't get frustrated. Let me move this mic out of the way because it's kind of keeping me from going. I'm right over top of it. Come on. Get my face closer to it. You're on there. Are you gonna snap for me? Nope. You're just gonna fall off again. So funny, you don't get to snap as soon as you take your finger off, it just falls right off. Come on. Not on there straight, are you? Are you on there? Nope, you're not. You're not on there at all. Come on. I'm getting frustrated. Get on there. Why? This has to take so long. Just get in there. Get in your home. This is your new home. It's where you're gonna live. You snapped in there? Can't tell. I feel like it might be. Not as tight as I'm used to this connector being. I'll risk it. Take these pliers. Twist it. No, it wasn't on there. Wasn't on there at all. It's just a press fit connector, so it's again like a snap, like a button for like your buttonfly jeans or a coat or something like that. There it goes. Got it. Finally. Want to make sure you're in there, right? Yes, you are. Perfect. All right. Now we can get out of this picture. Where's my mouse? There it is. Be extra careful when connecting an SC coil. Yep, and yep. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the camera was doing its stupid focus thing again. Camera, properties, video, control. Get rid of focus. Fly. Okay. I'll have to change the focus later, maybe. That autofocus. I mean, autofocus on these Logitech cameras just aren't that great. I'll have that open. All right, so using the IPA cleaning pad, wipe any grease off the underside of the NFC coil, the side without the company logo. Peel off the yellow protective film from the adhesive tape and stick the adhesive film on the clean side of the NFC coil approximately as shown. The side with do not put the adhesive tape over any holes on the board. One comment. Make sure to wait for the alcohol to dry. Doesn't take long, but the wet wipe is soaked with it, and it can leave a lot of the and a lot on the NFC coil. All right, so we want it on this side. So let's get this out of the way. Get this alcohol wiping pad open. All right, and then we can clean it. Wow, that is soaked with it. Wow. I have never seen so much rubbing alcohol as on a pad. Let that dry for a bit. Wow. That is an impressive amount of rubbing alcohol on this pad. Set this off to the side in case we need it. A lot of helps. I don't know if you can see how much. Look how much that is on there. I barely touched it. And you can see it on the reflection. Look at that. That's craziness. So, and the next picture, so it's the yellow side. So this is the mounting tape, adhesive tape for it. So we don't want to take off the 3M side. We want to take off the yellow side here to put that down on there. So do that. And then get it placed. All right, get off my finger. That is sticky. Get off my finger. Placed approximately where they have it, right in the middle of the board without covering any of the holes. Yep. There we go. That's pretty good. That's sticky. Peel adhesive tape, paper layer from the NFC coil. I think we're saying NFC coil. I think the C stands for coil. But and stick the NFC coil on the inner side of the EL box cover, approximately like in the picture. See the correct orientation for both parts. Leave at least 2 millimeters space between NFC coil and the edge of the EL box cover. Locate the small round connector of the NFC coil. Connect the NFC coil cable to the board by fitting the connector together and pressing lightly until you feel a click. Ensuring a correct connection. Ensure the NFC coil cable connector is securely plugged in and does not come loose from the board. Be careful when connecting NFC coil cable connector. Okay, yeah, let's look at the pictures. So that's going to slide in right there with the double-sided tape once I take it off, and then we click that in. So here is our holder. It says leave at least 2 millimeters space between the NFC coil end and the edge. So I really wish it had better representation of that because it has this recess. There's this recess right here. You can see it right there. See that notch that's printed into this piece, and then inside here there's this recess, and that's where the edge of the NFC coil goes. So it obviously goes in there. Oh, it's 2 millimeters here. Okay, so if I just do a little test fit real quick. Basically, if I push it all the way in and let it touch that side, and then all the way up against the back. So if you get this, what I would call the bottom right of the NFC board or coil into that bottom right of this little pocket that's printed for it, that looks like it's going to be how they want it. Because if I zoom in here, Yeah, it's touching that side of the print there. You can't see underneath, but pushing it all the way in gives us that 2 mm that they're showing here with the blue. So let's go ahead and peel off the 3M side of this sticky stuff. That's not easy. Come on. I just cut my fingernails too. And I probably would have liked to have fingernails for this right now. Come on. There we go. Make sure I'm not peeling it off the board. Yeah, I'm not. Yep, it's still on there. Good stuff. Just gonna push it in at an angle and then lay it down. Make sure that's all the way where it needs to go, and then just firmly press. I think I'm gonna put the printer back up on its side or on its feet. And then we're gonna click that in. Yep, until you hear it click. Okay, which that's where it goes right there. So I'm gonna put it in this orientation because it's gonna end up going up like this. Let's see if I can get the camera down in there. Nope, not really. My fat fingers getting in the way. Again. Get on there. I got the right way going. Yes, I do. Wonder why antenna cables have gone with this kind of button-like standard. I bet you there's a reason. Whether that's a logical reason or not, that remains to be seen. But I guarantee there's a reason. It kind of reminds me of a coax cable, but without the screws, obviously. Because then it would just be a coax cable. And you're not going in there. Wait, is that it? Nope, not it. It's just about it's getting it on there straight and pushing it on there straight. That's the hard part. It's such a small connector. I got some residual adhesive from that on my fingers. Let me get some hand sanitizer and get that off of there. Paper towel right here. Get that extra adhesive off my fingers. I really thought this would be much easier because it's not working like right on the board. Guess I was just fooling myself. Come on. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Flipped right off. I can guarantee if you've done this a lot, you'll probably get through this step in a heartbeat. But if you're anything like me and barely ever done this before, then you're probably gonna struggle just as much as I have. But you know, just take your time. Take your time. Don't worry. Oh, I never started my overhead fan. There it goes. Ah, oh, much better. How did that go? Nope. Feels like it's gonna. It feels like it went for a second and then it doesn't. Come on. This is getting frustrating. Just breathe. I wish there was a tip in the comments here on how to get these to go in correctly. Don't want to use needle nose pliers because putting a little bit too much pressure on those pliers on this little tiny fragile connector is going to bend the metal pieces and, as I said earlier, cause irreversible damage. I have some tweezers I could probably use, but that might not even be strong enough. I would have to get them placed with the tweezer and use my fingers anyway to push it down. It's just not going straight on there. It's okay, Jeremy. Just take your time. Gotta pep talk myself. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, come on. Get that out of the way. Maybe I'll have better luck with this hand. The cable will wear a little bit longer. Maybe if I would have connected this cable first and then that cable, I don't know. So I'm also struggling. I don't want to pull the connector out of the X-Buddy board either. So I'm trying not to tug on that end of the cable at all. Come on. Let's get seated down on there. Care what orientation you're in anymore. Just want you to get in there. I know you didn't go. I know. Is this light all the way bright? No, it wasn't. How did that happen? Blame the kids again. That's not going to work either. Come on. Okay. Tweezers aren't working any better. Just go back to my fingers because I'm going to risk breaking something with the tweezers. Come on, antenna cable, cooperate with Jeremy. Just give me the opportunity to get you seated correctly. You'll never have to worry about me ever again. Come on. Come on. This is the last connector that needs to go in, too. It's got to be the most troublesome. Make sure everything looks right on that end. Yeah, looks like it. I don't see anything problems there. I gotta change the orientation of the printer so I can sit down and do this. Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah, is that it? Let me grab this real quick. So make sure. Yes, that's it. Yay! Woo! Just all of a sudden does it. All right, so we be careful. You were careful. All right, so step 48. We're getting close to the end here. Verify all connections once more. Check your electronics connections with the first picture. For covering electronics, check and compare your wiring. Compare your cable management with the third picture. Make sure that all connectors are fully inserted and the power supply unit cables properly tightened. Otherwise, there's risk of damage to the printer. So let's zoom in. So yeah, that's the XLCD. Main cable is the one coming from the extruder and everything over there. Power panic cable goes down here, right? Let me make sure. Power panic cable right there. Yep, the white one. Yep. We've got, yep, heat bed, NFC antenna, heat bed thermistor. I'm just making sure there's cables and everything it's supposed to be cables in and not cables. Yeah, so there's no cable in that one. No cable in that one or that one, and no cable in this one hiding back here. Let's go to the next picture. So y-axis, axis, not access. So that's y right there, right? Or that's x. Sorry, x is the first one. Y is the second one. And then there's two z's. Yeah, because they got the two bands on them. Yep, z left, z left. Yep, z left. And that makes that z right. Yep. The LCD cable is plugged in there. Extruder main cable, power PE cable is screwed in down there. Then we've got red, black, red, black, red, black, NFC cable, and heat bed thermistor. And then we need to make sure all the cables are tight. So I'm going to start with the power cables. Yep, that's tight. Yep, that's tight. Yep, that's tight. That one just a tiny, tiny little bit. It's not bad. That one did too. There we go. That one's tight. And then my driver. Get down here behind this cable bundle here. Make sure that this is tightened up in here. Yeah, that's good. All right, and make sure all of the motor connectors are seated correctly. Yep, that one's good. Yep, that one's good. That's good. That's good. Let's make sure that the XLCD board cable is, running cable's firmly seated in there. Yep, looks like it is. The extruder cable is good. Power panic cable is good. Heat bed thermistor cable is good, and we already checked all that. And the NFC cable and NFC cable is good. And then we want to make sure that all of our cable management is taken care of the same way. So yeah, so it looks right. I got a little bit extra here, but that's not a big deal. Make sure it's all pushed up in there, pushed in there. The cable goes across there. All these cables go across here. Let me get this paper away from the board. These little NFC tags away from the board there. Yep. Yep. I think I'm happy with everything. For cable management wise, much better than the older printers. Much, much, much better. Covering the X body box, bottom cover. Push 2 M3 × 10 screws through the EL box cover. Attach the cover to the X-body box. There are 2 threaded holes in the X-body box. Make sure there's no cable in the way for the screws in the cover. Secure the EL box cover. We're tightening both M3 times 10 screws to the X-body box. Be careful not to pinch an NFC cable when closing the cover. So, yeah, we don't have anything blocking that one. We don't have anything blocking that one. M3 times 10 screws. So these 2. So I do not have a long enough bit for that, so I'm going to have to use the Allen key. And that's going to go all the way in there. And then this one is going to go. Come on. Get in your home. Why aren't you going through the hole? Or are you? Because you go, well, you don't go over anything. There we go. So that's going to be the toughest one to get in there. We'll start with this one. Make sure no cables are in the way. I'm not pinching the NFC cable, which is really easy to do because I almost did it right there. I want to get you started, get you somewhat threaded. Are you getting in there? Yes, you are. Good, 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 good. All right, that one got to a point where I felt resistance, so I'll go back and tighten it in a minute. I just want to get all these cables run correctly before I tighten that all the way up. Now that all the cables are actually in the box. Okay. Now that that cable's in the box, I can get this NFC cable to twist down. Come on, twist down. I don't want you going that way. I want you going that way. Yes, thank you. And then you can go down that way. That way you don't get pinched anything. And then the thermistor cable can kind of get pushed down next to this fuse. Or it actually has it going up and over. So let's go ahead and do that. Don't know why. Yeah, so we don't want it going over the, it even says it. So we secured that, so let's go ahead and tighten these screws all the way in. There, a quarter past. All the way tight. Quarter past. 7 comments. Wow. I cannot get the right hand M3 times 10 screw. I'm really hard to feel the screw and find the initial grab if the respective thread. Caution, as the cable must be carefully located to avoid pinching it with the metal buddy box cover. Routing the SD cable to the right of the Ethernet connector seems to be the best option. Found the picture's instructions lack info on this. The pictures seem to be indicating routing it to the left, near the left side of the buddy box, but this pinches the antenna both between the X body and the body cable. Good points around wheel to answer. Thank you. Heat bed thermistor wire may need extra zip tie to secure a lot of extra wire length for the heat bed thermistor. It needs a zip tie to bundle it loosely to the heat bed power cables, otherwise it would have been pinched when installing the metal. Okay, next step. One more comment. Does the cover go inside the next body or outside? One photo shows outside the air, so it's inside. I'm assuming the cover sits inside the buddy box, otherwise the fit is way wonky. On the top one photo shows the alignment of the holes. The second one shows the fitting of the cover. Okay. And yeah, that's the way it works. All right. And then next one, arrange NFC coil cable to the rightmost side as shown. Avoid running the cable over the Ethernet connector on the left, or it may get pinched and damaged when covering the electronics box. Carefully cover the X-body box by first sliding the bent part of the cover into the box. Avoid pinching the cables. Double check the NFC coil cable position. Align the X-body box cover with the X-body box and secure it with the 4 M3 times 6 screws. All right, so let's go into our high def view here. The same, push this off to that side, which is what we've done. And the connector's there, and then this just kind of goes here. I'm actually going to pull the extra up. Where's my Allen key? There it is. Pull that extra up. Put the Allen key hook here. There we go. Just kind of wrap it around those cables. I don't like it touching the board though. So maybe if we go through the cables? Yeah, no, that's not working either. Doesn't want to stay there. I'm just trying to get it out of the way. I don't want to use a zip tie just to hold these together. Maybe I can get the sticker to hold it. And bend the cable just a little bit. Give it a little bit of a crimp there. A little bit of a crimp there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the NFC cable is out of the way. Next picture. So this goes this way. That's very interesting. And it slides in underneath. Yeah, so it goes underneath these tabs. Yeah, you got to make sure that NFC cable is way off to the right side and nowhere near that Ethernet connector, because it will get pinched. You almost don't need that part. Why do you need that part? Like, why do we need this? Because we don't. If we have this, right? So if we have the NFC, cover here, and this isn't really needed. Maybe this is left over from when this wasn't here, and it was just easier and cheaper to keep making them this way, or the next one won't have this, or I don't know. Because I mean, cut that all off, it just goes plop plop, and it's don't have to worry about pinching cables anymore. It's just like the side of a PC case. But right now, you gotta worry about the pinching any cables. And I don't have X-ray vision. I'm not Superman. I don't feel like it's pinching any cables, but I can't see inside the box. I'm gonna just pull it out. Yeah, it looks good. So now we need to secure it with the M3 times 6 on all four corners here. Where's my bit driver? Way easier this way. There we go. I'm not going to tighten it. I'm just going to get it till it, pushes on the cover. I'm going to get all four on there first before I tighten any of them down all the way. Yeah. Up here. And one more. Oh, almost went too far down. Okay, go ahead and tighten these up now. I'm just getting them so that they get hand tight, basically. So they doesn't rattle when the printer's moving around. Sure, get that a little bit past. Yeah, a little bit past. Whoop, took the bit. A little bit past hand tight. No, I'm talking about rattles. I don't want rattles. Well, it's disappointed this isn't recessed. They're not flush. But, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. All right, done with that picture there. Assembling the double spool holder, part 1. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Where did I put it? I know I put it off to the side somewhere. Why do I have all these extra pieces? Oh yeah, those are spares. It's the spare bag. And then here's some premium filament they supply. And filament guide fasteners. Keep that off the side. That's all done. Where did I? Oh, there it is. I found it. Found it. Nothing left in the electronics box. Just the head cleaner. All right, spool holder. I'm not going to use this spool holder. I already have spool holders. But they're in my print tent. This is nice molded. Wow. They went all out with the molded here. So for the falling steps, center part, side arms, do not use excessive force in the assembly. You might damage the spool holder. Place all three parts in front of you. Note both arms are identical. Make sure the C-shaped part will snap in. So all you gotta do is just, okay, just gotta put it in and twist it. Yep, put it in and twist it clockwise. Doesn't take a lot of force at all. Okay, yeah, those are in there. Filament guide. That's the spool holder. Did I just put the filament guide away? There it is. Let's go ahead and put the filament guide together. I do like the idea of this filament guide for the falling steps. Please prepare filament guide. Boom. Let's get the spool holder out of the way. This camera can go back some again. There we go. Now this bag is empty. Boom. And then we need all the parts that are for the filament guide. So we need the guide, PTFE tubes, 1 and 2. Those are big tubes. M3 and nut times 3. I believe everything is in this bag already, right? M3 and nut, there's 4 pieces. M3 times 18 screw, M3 times 18 screw, 1 piece, yep. M3 times 10 screw, 3 pieces, and you only need 2. I got a lot of extra screws over there. That makes me worried. Makes me very worried. Why do I have so many extra screws? I mean, I'm on step 54. I'm almost there. Because, look, the M3 times 10, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 left in here. It had 75 pieces. And then, okay, this one makes sense. Yeah, because there was only 1 in there. That's one of my spares I didn't put away. Well, again, 3 times 8, 11 pieces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces left. Why do I have 7 pieces left of that? Where did I miss something? And 3 times 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 23 left. The standard nuts, 14 of them. There's 3 left. The square nuts, had 44 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. M3 times 30 is 11. I've got 2 left, so it means 1 spare and 1 extra. That's an empty bag. M3 times 3 NN, so the nylon knocking nuts, there's 2 left, and there's supposed to only be 1. And then I can't remember what size this is in. I think this is not the times 30. I think this is the times 20 or the times, maybe it is the times 30. No, it's the times 20. I was using it for feeding another nut in. I'll just put that over there with the spares for now. That's it. So that worries me. I don't know why I have extra pieces. Why do I always have extra pieces when I take something apart and put it back together? Ever since I was a kid, that's been the case. Take something apart, put it back together, and I always have extra pieces. I don't know why. I thought with everything I did, every time it came up with the parts, I was very careful with making sure I had all of the parts already put in there. So, all right, filament guide. We're just going to get on the filament guide. If the whole thing falls apart, filament guide. Come on. Insert 2 M3 N nuts into the marked openings, which is those 2 there. And fit tubes in place, 2 M3 times 10 screws. I can just go ahead and feed that in there. Get my bit driver. See, this is what I need. Is this 20? Is it double? Yeah, it's double long. So if I can do that, just pull this nut all the way in without pushing it out first. we go. That's all the way in. And we'll go ahead and use the M3 times 10 now. Or maybe that's an M3 times 18 screw. Is it? Yes, it is an M3 times 18 screw. And then we needed a nut for this side. Come on. Need to get that nut all the way in there. I don't know why I'm like doing it way off to the side. I guess I'm just trying to be careful of the print bed here. Now that nut's all the way in there, take this in 3 times 18 all the way out. Use an M3 times 10 back in its place. And then tighten that down on the PTFE tube, what do they call it? Yeah, PTFE tube. Guess I can, oh yeah, no, it's got a lip. Okay. That's all the way tight. That's all the way tight. All right, fix tube place. Yeah, insert the third M3 into the opening on the side. So we did that, and then we got to put it into the side here. So I'm gonna need this M3 times 18, or maybe not, because that might not be long enough. Yeah, well, I just have to kind of physically pinch it together first. There we go. I said I needed 3 nuts, right? Did I use? Did it come with? It came with 4. That's right. One of those, but not the others. So I'll just get you out of the way there. All right, attach the spool holder in the middle part of the frame. So spool holder, middle part of the frame. Put it on in right there. And then it should be a click in between. Top 2 ribs. Fix the guide into place. Oh, it comes in the spool holder. Boo. Don't like that. Anyway, guess it doesn't matter. So that gets put right there. You can always just print a filament guide. That just gets sandwiched right on there. Sandwiched, clamped right on there. And fish gummy bears. I already finished most of them. I kept cheating. I saved a couple for this moment. Harborough time. Eat another 5 gummy bears. Did you know the bright color of the gummy bears are achieved through the use of food coloring, which adds to their visual appeal? Step 57. That's it. That was tough, but you made it. Let's move on to chapter 8 for the pre-flight check. All right, so let me finish these Harborough first. I need to warm myself after that. Well, I got another 40 minutes. Yeah, we can get some tests started. Oh, before I move on to that, I also got the what do they call it? The attachments, the calibration, basically anything they add for accessories besides filament. Let me open this box and see what it's in here. The GPIO and the accelerator. Yeah, it's the original Prusa GPIO and the original Prusa accelerometer. So let's see what these look like real quick. Right, scissors, there they are. Fine, it's got dotted lines right there, like you're supposed to cut there, but you're supposed to cut here. Interesting. So accelerometer, get this out of the way. So one accelerometer cable 600 millimeter, one accelerometer cable 800 millimeter, and then one accelerometer. Let's see what the accelerometer looks like. Not gonna put these out on anything right now. Okay, just a little accelerometer board. It's bigger than the accelerometers I'm used to seeing, but okay. Put you back in your bag. And that's what some of those extra connectors on the X-Buddy board were all about. And then accelerometer set printed parts. So it's just some printed parts here. Prusa accelerometer sticker, important. Do not throw away. Almost sneeze. One more? Nope. Okay. Normally it's 3. Important. Do not throw away. Oh, so we have to add this to the back. Interesting. That's funny. And what's this paper here? Accelerometer. Install a product, visit the official guide. Prusa.io accelerator monitor manual. Caution calibration can result in print quality deterioration if not performed correctly or if the printer is affected by negative external factors. Repeating calibration several times and ensuring that the calculated values do not differ significantly. Okay. This is in case I decide to do any major mods to this printer in the future. I wanted to have this. I might just install it anyway, just to have it on hand. Because, hey, just like to have calibration options, I guess. And then the original Prusa GPIO. Let's see what this looks like real quick. And then I also have, as I said before, the MMU, so the Multi-Material Unit 3. Original Prusa GPIO, blah, blah, blah. Same paper pretty much, just with the different terms on it. So 1X GPIO cable. Let's see what the GPIO looks like. So there's the cable. So that's the last open. I think there was 3 open ports, or 3 open sockets on the board. So X-Body shutter. So yeah, basically this is for like if you want to put a camera trigger on there. Gives you some GPIO pull-ups, open drain, ground. Is there a 5.5 volt? One of these is probably 5.5 volt, I can't tell. What does that say on there? I can't read very good. My eyes are going bad. Anyway. There's a 3 volt. Oh, that's for the connector. Duh. Put you back in the bag. Again, I bought this just in case I decide to go a different route with cameras besides using webcams. We'll see how it works out with the new Prusa Connect. I don't know. We're going to use Prusa Connect. I'm going to start out by using it, and then we've got the sticker we've got to add on there again. That's funny. 3 stickers on the bottom of the board. Oh, wait. You go. It's funny. It's not sealed. You go back in this bag. Roll you up. Seal you up. And close you up. And boom. All right, so we took a look at those. Those are cool. Oh, forgot this. Back in the GPL box. Get in your home. Okay. So now we can go on to the next chapter. What's two comments? Is it expected to have a reductor empty times 10 and a handful of 306 screws left over for fastener bag? Not the spare parts bag. I checked the full printer and don't think I missed any steps. But I don't recall having quite as many extra fasteners left after building my mini plus kit before. Yes, that's fine. Winky face. Okay, good. I wasn't the only one with a bunch of extra parts. All right, next chapter. Step 1, attaching the seal sheet. Make sure there's nothing on the heat bed. The heat bed must be clean. Any dirt can damage the surface of both the heat bed and the steel sheet. Attach the sheet by first aligning the rear cutout. Locking pin. Yeah, so let me just get a clean paper towel here. Let's see, a little bit of grease from my hand on there. A little bit of dust. Nothing too bad. Get this all just brushed off real quick. And then we grab our steel sheet out of the way there. Number one cause of prints detaching from the print surface. Keep steel sheet clean for optimum performance. Number one cause of prints detaching from the print surface is a greasy steel sheet. Use IPA, isopropyl alcohol, to degrease it if you have touched the surface before. We are using a steel sheet with a smooth surface. However, the sample procedure applies to other variants. Yeah, so yeah, if you have a textured sheet or something along that lines. So let's try not to put our fingers on it too much. And then smooth PEI sheet. Both sides should be the same. Yes, they are. Let's slide it on there like that. Get that down. Careful not to snap your fingers. Insert the USB drive included with your printer. Oh, so I forgot where I put that. I know it's up here somewhere. Buried underneath all these bags, I'm pretty sure. I think I just all these spare bags up here. There it is. Found it. All right, so this little simple, it's a slick little looking USB key, but it's one solid piece basically. It's all plastic. It looks like metal, but it's plastic. So let me just move the heat bed back slowly. And there's a USB slot right on the side. And it looks like the Prusa logo goes out. Unless they change something. Yeah, it does not go in that way. There we go. That is a tight USB port. Wow. Connect the power cable. So we have our power cable right here. Get this out of the way. Gonna run the power cable over to the printer real quick. Gonna be probably hear some noise. My voice gonna be a little out of mic earshot or mic shot, or is that what you call it? Mic shot. Twisty tie, twisty tie. This cable's long enough. Should be, but we'll see. It'll be probably long enough, but let me pull the printer forward just a tiny bit so I'm not running the power cable over my laptop. Running between the laptop and the printer, and it gets plugged in on the back side. I like that. Just twist it a little bit first, and it is that way. Is it that way, or is it this way? It can only go in one way. I just can't see it right now. Let me get my head back there so I can see it. I've got a monitor in the way. Good. Why don't you want to go on there? Yep. And does not feel like it's going all the way in, like it. So I don't know what it is. So this power cable, see how it's got these grooves here. I'm used to most power receptacles for this, like going almost all the way in, but it's only going into like right here. So, but it's, I'm not sure how deep that is. I mean, it's 16 millimeters deep. Yeah, it should be going almost all the way in. What is stopping it from going all the way in? Turn this around real quick. Anything stopping it from going all the way in? No. So how deep are the, yeah, all that is, looks like it's deep enough. I'm not going to stick anything metal down in there. Let me try putting it in this way, and then I can turn it later on. There we go. That is a tough, yeah, that power cable goes in there tight, super tight. Tight like a Toiger. So yeah, so maybe that's in the comments. I have no idea. Let's take a look. Comments. If you run a flashing screen or ground response screen, your USB might have come with slightly outdated firmware. Like that for me, I've thought it was a cable seating issue at first. However, this is a quick fix. Download the latest .bf file from the official downloads here. Add the BF to the root directory of the USB drive, i.e. not in a folder. Reinsert USB with updated firmware into your printer and turn the power back on. You should now be able to follow the on-screen step. Good info, thanks. Do you then need to delete the existing upgrade file that came on the flash drive? I don't know. We'll see. All right, the printer will now detect the new firmware file. It's available. Okay, turn on the printer. And we plug that in, gonna turn on, and it should do that. So let's see if we can get the camera tilted to the side a little bit here. And see if we can get the camera to get more of that screen. Got some smudges on there already, so look at that. Cleaned off. And I'm delaying here. I don't want to turn it on and it not work. So I'm delaying it. Because I'm worried, man. All right, yeah, fingers crossed. You ready? I flip it on in 3, 2, no. I'm gonna flip it on. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna flip it on. 3, 2, 1, on. Oh, that's a good sign. Everything is spinning up. And I've got original Prusa flashing ESP with a progress bar. Let's flip to the second cam as the main here. There we go. See if I can twist this a little bit more. I know it's not focused really good, but let's see if I can get the focus. There we go. Nope. Put it back maybe? Deep. All right, select language. That's cool. It's got the green that just got on the bottom there. So select language. It's going to be English. Hi there, this is your original Prusa printer. I would like to guide you through the setup process. All right. If the new firmware available screen appears, hit flash by pressing the rotary knob. No such message appears. The printer is running. Latest firmware already. Proceed to the next step. Okay. After upgrading to the newer firmware, your printer will give you a choice of languages. Hit OK to set up the printer. On the printer setup screen, select the type. Your printer type, if it's not already set as default. Leave the other items unchanged unless you have installed custom parts in the printer using nozzle with different diameters, silicone, sock removal. Hit done. What's the comments? That's funny. Yeah, good call out. While the first step says to attach the steel sheet, neither of the later steps show the steel sheet in the photo. This was confusing as I thought I wasn't supposed to have a steel sheet on during setup. Discovered I was after it failed the heat bed test and told me, and then I had to wait for everything to cool down again. Hello, Mark says it's just a universal illustration template for screenshots. So the screen on here isn't even a picture of the actual screen. It's a copy paste. You know, they took a screenshot of the software probably from when they were coding it and put it in there. So that's funny. And then we would printer type, MK4S and all that. Yeah, we're gonna leave all that the same. So let's go ahead and hit OK. MK4S is on there. That's exactly what we want. 0.4 millimeter nozzle, next to silicone stock, and next to stock. Yep. So done. The network setup screen will take you through the connection to Wi-Fi network. However, if you don't want to connect your printer now, you could do so anytime later. In that case, hit no on the screen and skip this step. If you want to connect your printer to a Wi-Fi network, then hit yes. On the following screen, you will be instructed to upload your Wi-Fi credentials, Wi-Fi name and password via our mobile application recommended. Prusa app is available for download on the App Store for iOS and Google Play, Android. For more information about the Prusa app, read the article Prusa mobile app. However, if you prefer to use another method, enter your Wi-Fi credentials, select cancel, and choose another method from the list on the screen. All methods for connecting the printer to the network are described in the network connection article. You send Wi-Fi credentials via the mobile app. Follow instructions on the printer screen. Transfer is via NFC, so when prompted by the app, hold your phone close to the NFC antenna at a maximum of 2 or 3 centimeters away. After successful data transfer, you will be prompted on the printer to confirm your account. I don't remember what my login is for this now. I'm going to set up the Wi-Fi later. I'm going to do that off of stream for security reasons. So no, we're going to do no real quick. No. Wizard self-test. Okay. So this is where all the fun stuff comes in. So let me see if I can get more of the printer and view of the camera. Desk is a mess right now. Oh, big mosquito. The printer will prompt you to run self-test and calibration for all important components. The entire process takes a few minutes, with some parts requiring direct user interaction. While testing the access, make sure there's nothing in the printer obstruction access and nothing's back in the front, the back, everything's in the middle. Not just printer during the self-test unless prompted. Some parts printer may be hot and moving at high speeds. The wizard starts with the fan. Check Z-axis alignment and the X-Y axis test, all fully automatic. Hit yes for the self-test and calibrations. What's the one comment? Yes, my printer failed the X-axis as it keeps bumping the left-hand side repeatedly. Check the door cover on the extruder and make sure this is fully pushed in. This is the exact cause, but I ran the test again and it passed. And interesting. Okay, so do not connect to Wi-Fi right now. Run self-tests. Yes. Before you continue, make sure the print sheet is installed on the heat bed. Okay. Hot end fan, print fan, both are running. Cole even shows the RPM down here at the bottom. Yeah, you can't see it right now, but it does. says during the test, the heat bed and extruder will move in full range. Printer may vibrate and be noisier during homing. So it's noisier now than it should be during printing, which it's pretty quiet. It was a little noisy going off that side right there, but that is super quiet. X-axis, check, like it. That's pretty silent too. I like it. Getting excited here. Still crossing my fingers, see them? They're still crossed. Y-axis, check. Z-axis calibration, please wait. Moving up, load cell test. We will need your help with this test. You'll be asked to tap the nozzle. Don't worry, it is going to be cold. So that's what the next step of the wizard will prompt you to touch the nozzle to test and calibrate the load cell. During this procedure, the parts of the printer are not heated up so you can touch them. Click continue. Do not touch the nozzle yet. Wait until prompted by tap nozzle now. So, yep, I can get to it. Tap nozzle now message. Tap the nozzle from below. In case the load cell does not detect a touch, you'll be prompted to repeat the step. Otherwise, you will see load cell test passed OK when it succeeds. So that's what that screen's gonna look like. And then just says tap the nozzle, right? You have to tap the nozzle with a little bit of force. I had to repeat it several times because I tapped it lightly. Okay. So let's continue. Tap the nozzle on the beep. Load cell test passed okay. I just barely touched it. I mean, it was literally just super easy. Z-axis calibration. Please wait. I guess that passed because now we're on to the nozzle heater check. We're preparing. So the heat break status is check already. See if I can twist that a little bit there. There you go. You can kind of see this check off. So preparing is checked. Heat testing, heat bed heater check is preparing. I see the temperature for both the nozzle and the heat bed going up at the bottom of the screen down here. You can see them flashing in the video. Heater tests on the nozzles check. Preparing's checked on the heat bed. I was reading the next step. I was reading step 8. So our heat bed test, it's going up to 110. Wow. Yeah, it's getting hot. All right, all those passed. Wow. Wow. I'm excited. All right. So now, because the next step number 8, gearbox alignment, So this only needs to be done for user built printers, which once you get to the gear mode, undo the idler lock swivel, then open the idler door. Let's go and zoom in here. Here's some more service gearbox and all, because you can skip this step. We're not going to skip this step. So is it going to tell me to do that, or do I need to do that right now? I'm going to do that right now. So I need to undo this. So we got to pick this up and let that fall down. That can fall back down there. And then okay, so let's just do that first. Before you proceed, make sure filament is unloaded from the next extruder. Yep, continue. Rotate each screw counterclockwise by 1.5 turns. The screw heads should be flush with the cover. Unlock and open the idler. So that's not flush. That's flush. That's flush. Not flush. And not flush. Yep, those are all flush now, I think. Oh, that one's sticking out a little bit there. The screw head should be flush with the cover. Unlock and open the idler. So did all that. Continue. Gearbox alignment is in progress. Please wait approximately 20 seconds. So according to the instructions here, the printer will go through an automatic gearbox alignment. This process can't be seen from the outside. Once prompted, tighten the 3 screws in the pattern indicated on the screen. So it'll indicate a pattern on the screen. Tighten the empty screws firmly in the correct order. They should be slightly below the surface. Do not over tighten. So it says 1, 2, 3. So we top left gets tightened first. So I'm going to go down till it grabs and just go like a quarter turn more. Down till it grabs and just do like a quarter turn more. And then number 3 is this one. Go down till it grabs and just a quarter turn more. And then continue. Close the idler door and secure it with the swivel. The calibration is done. So idler door can close. And secured it with the swivel. And next is going to be filament sensor filament sensor calibration. So continue. Filament sensor calibration. We need to start without the filament in the extruder. Please make sure there is no filament in the sensor. Continue. Is filament in the filament sensor? No. I'll go ahead and open up this filament bag because I guarantee in just a minute it's going to ask for some filament. Use the gray filament here. And go ahead and get that pushed up onto here and run through the filament guide. Insert the filament into the extruder until the sensor detects it. So once prompted, insert the filament into the opening at the top of the extruder. Remove the filament after calibration finishes. So we got filament and we're going to just put it into its home right here. Filament inserted. Please continue. Continue. Calibrating. Do not remove filament. Remove filament to finish. Filament sensor calibrated. Happy printing. Continue. All right. So only after all self-test calibrations are successful, you can almost begin printing, but wait. Hit continue. One comment. My test failed, but found a fixed print spacers. This one page placed on Y-axis rail shorts this with no other changes. Should be some mention of Y-axis setup issues. Yeah, no, nothing. Reward yourself. Already did all that. Already finished all that. Did you know that Harbor gummy bears are one of the most important parts of the original Prusa printer's assembly instructions? No. They're not the most important, but they're fun. Add a spool or sample of your favorite filament on either side of the spool holder. Guide the filament in through the filament guide into the extruder. Using the filament guide prevents filament tangling. Once a filament is detected, the printer will load it automatically. It's important to select the correct type of filament you're using. On the screen, we're using PLA material for your first test print. The printer will purge some of the material through the nozzle. Confirm its color is clear by selecting yes on the screen and remove the leftover plastic from below the nozzle. So let me get two things real quick. First, I'm going to wipe down the bed real quick. Just a little bit of 99 IPA alcohol. Not much, just a little bit. Just to make sure no grease is left on here. On the print bed. A little bit more than that. There we go. All right. Print bed's good. And then I've got I use this bristle brush, have been for years, to remove that extra filament that drips out whenever you preheat the nozzle. So if I push the filament in, putting filament, inserting, it's PLA. So it takes it before it's even preheated. That's nice. Because no matter what, all my older Prusa printers, MK3 and MK3S, the nozzle always dribbled a little bit, no matter what I did. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is a little bit of waste of filament, but all right, now it says purging, so that is a lot of filament to purge. 97, 98, 99, is color correct? Yes. Okay, now I can just get this extra little bit off of here, see a little bit more purges out. It's a brass special brush and a brass nozzle, so since they're the same hardness level, they shouldn't damage each other. Go. All right. So let's see. Is there a Z level test? So I would guess in settings, filament sensors, stuck filament detection, MM unit, it's off, stealth mode's off, fan check, verify G code, input shaper. What's that? I am not touching that right now. User interface. Footer, sort files by time, print progress, screen 30 seconds, menu timeout, sound mode, loud for filament change, preheat nozzle. RGB status bar is on. Touch is on. Touch shake workaround. No idea what that is. All right, so what's footer? Nozzle bed filament. None. No. What's a nozzle bed filament? Nozzle bed filament. F sensor. Speed. X. Oh, it's XYZ. Z height. Print fan. Heat break fan. Heat break. Fenda. Nozzle diameter. Nozzle pulse width modulation. Item 4. So nozzle bed. Filament. Filament sensor. I'll go with speed. And filament type. Filament spacer speed's already on there. X, Y, Z, Z height. Print fan. Heat break fan. Heat break. Fenda. Nozzle diameter. Nozzle pulse width modulation. None. Let's go with nothing. No, no. Let's just go filament. Yeah, that works. Return. Language and time. Set that all up later. Network will set up later. Hardware. Yep. That's all that stuff we set up on the original. So next. Firmware update system. See if crashed up, factory reset, let's hang some file. No, we don't want any of that. All right, so all that is good. Return. Control. Move access, temperature, auto home, set ready, disable motors, cold pull, calibration and test. That's what I want. Fan test good, XY test, load cell test, heater tests, gears calibration, filament sensor calibration. Okay, so it's just all the calibrations we just went through. All right, so I guess we're ready. So let's hit print, and it should come up with some stuff we already have on the USB drive here. So keychain, spatula, filament guide, robo alpaca, Scandic plate. Looking for a quick prick here. Rocket engine, no. Bonkers Benchy, 8-minute. Oh, wow. Is that really? Benchy rules 14-minute. Let's try the Bonkers Benchy PLA 8-minute G code. Because, yeah, it's just past 2 hours now. I've got 8 more minutes. Let's see if this works. You see that kept spewing out there. You can see. There you go. That little spooler for a while. A little spittle of it. And there it is. A little spittle of it. They kept coming out of the nozzle as I was sitting there going through the menus. All right, Bonkers Benchy. That's cool. It loads up a little preview of the G code. Tells us 8 minutes, 17 seconds. It's PLA. So let's just hit print. Preparing. So it's doing its little calibration. The nozzle's already to its height or temperature. Just waiting for the heat bed to heat up. And I guess it's going to calibrate some stuff while the heat bed. So yep, the heat bed's at 54 out of 54 degrees Celsius out of 60 degrees Celsius, 55. So should be good. You can see that extra little filament there. That is a slow probe. 3 of 9, 4 of 9, 5 of 9, 6 of 9, 7 of 9, 8 of 9, 9 of 9. Oh, it is going down so slow right now. Here we go. Heat. Oh, just getting the extruder up to temperature now. That heats up fast. It's like 1 degree Celsius per second almost. Even faster than that. Like 2 degrees Celsius per second. Why are you still doing that? Don't like that. Get out of the way. Get off the rail. Thank you. All right. Wow. Can you hear that? It's quiet besides the fan now. That first layer went down super fast. Holy Lord. Holy crap. It's not doing any infill. That's why it's called a bonkers benchy. Because I don't see any infill in there. Look how tall that is already. What does tune do? Change filament, cancel object, print speed, nozzle temperature, heat bed temperature, print fan speed, flow factor, filament sensor, stealth mode, sound mode, input shaper, fan check, verify G code. Yeah, so I don't worry about any of that. You guys watching this? This is like the description of it, the print says bonkers. My lord. 30% done. I mean, it's only a single perimeter. There's like zero infill. I'm sure they went through a lot of G code tweaking and settings tweaking to get it to print this fast. And we'll see how the print quality is after it's all done. But I will say, as for a first print, for a brand new printer to show off just how fast it is fairly impressive. And I was thinking about helping out the STEM teacher at my kid's elementary school with doing a segment on 3D printing. And I've already custom designed some like keychain pieces that I'm gonna print with the school's logo on it. And I was kind of wondering what I could do to show them how it works during class. And this being an 8-minute print is pretty impressive. I wonder if the longer print, I'm gonna do the longer print next. Is just as impressive with speed. Because man, this is 60% done already. I mean, it's longer than 8 minutes, but that was, the heat up and calibration time was a lot of that. The first few minutes were used for that. Now I might upgrade my MK3S up to MK4S. Because if I could have two printers going this fast, I might actually be able to do something. I'm just totally impressed with myself that I got it built and it passed the very first calibration. And knock on wood, that it will continue to be problem free. I'm sure that's not the case, but it's almost done. It's just 2 minutes remaining. Print quality doesn't look bad from what I can see. And I've got the mic here about, I don't know, about 2 feet, foot and a half away from the printer. And I'm pretty sure most of what you hear is the fan. And it is almost done, 87% done. And now that's shaking my desk. Yeah, when it's set this fast, it moves a lot. 94% done. It's 0 minutes remaining. I'd like to see seconds, but it is what it is. It is almost done. That is insane. That is ridiculous. 98% done. Boom. 100%. Print time was 11 minutes, 8 seconds. Wow. So let me take this extra air off there. Let me see if I can just, nope. I'm going to take the print bed off. It's not cooled down yet, so supposed to wait for it to cool down before you take it off, but there we go. All right. Yeah, I could definitely tell that's very thin walled, but look at that. First print on my new Prusa MK4S. I don't see any layer shifting. I don't see any ghosting. I see maybe a little bit of ghosting there. Yeah, right along that line there where the it starts to overhang back here. A little bit of extra filament there, but look at that, no stringing. A little bit of stringing inside the hole there, but not much. That top layer could be a little bit better, but for having no end fill, there's like 0 end fill in here. Steering wheel looks good. The hole looks good. Come on, focus on my hand. Focus. There we go. Hole looks good. That hole looks good. Even the small hole looks good. Interior looks pretty sweet. Oh, it looks really good too. Get it into the camera view. A little bit of hole back there in the back, but that's not bad. I could definitely tell it's, can you hear that? Definitely not as solid as a normal benchy. I mean, sounds like a pool toy. All right, let me clean this bed up again real quick, and let's see if we can do the other benchy. Or if there's anything else worth printing in here. Home, print, benchy rules, and that's it. So benchy rules, bonkers benchy, rocket engine, which is an 11-hour print. Nope. Scandic plate overhang, which is a 3-hour print. Robo alpaca, 5-hour print. I'll probably print that because it sounds fun. I like alpacas. Filament guide, which I'm guessing is the filament guide that's up there. It should print at PTG, and that's a 45-minute print. And then spatula from Printables, PLA is a 22-minute print. Keychain, PLA is a 10-minute print. So what keychain is QOI. Keychain is QOI. I don't know what that is. Let's do the benchy rules. Can I move that around? Nope. I was just wondering if I could move the. No, this works with his back. Just reads any touch on the screen. It's not print as back. Yeah, so I'm getting this extra junk coming off the nozzle. So it's heating up the heat bed and the nozzle. So this is supposed to be a 14-minute print. And again, that's from print start, not from the hitting the print button. So it's supposed to be 14 minutes from the time everything's heated up and calibrated. Make sure nozzle's clean, nozzle's clean. Hope that's enough filament for this print. We'll see. It still hasn't printed the nozzle all the way yet. It starts, like it sets it at 170 while it's cleaning the nozzle. Okay. Nozzle cleaning, that's what it's doing. Okay, interesting. Probing point 1 of 9, 2 of 9, 3 of 9, 4 of 9, 5 of 9, 6 of 9, 7 of 9, 8 of 9, 9 of 9. Printing, probing point 1 of 9, 2 of 9. E-heating. So now it's saying, so starting with 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 76, 77, 78, 79, 181, 82, 84, 85, 86, 90, 82, 94, 97, 99, 201, 202, 205, 206, 207, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 230 where it's supposed to be. And the heat bed's at 56, 57, so it's close enough. So now it's going to start. So it's supposed to be 4 minutes from this point, basically. That's still pretty fast and pretty impressive. So this is probably a full featured with, 3 side walls. You can see the printer vibrating. Definitely end fill in there this time. And I think it's 2 side walls, it looks like. Yeah, but it's definitely got the grid infill. Man, I really wish I could see that the extruder gears going. That's still impressively fast. 27% done. Oh, you guys can see it. I'm just watching. I've always found it mesmerizing to watch the 3D printer do its job anyway. Watching this go so fast, even though it's not as fast as the Bonkers Vinci, that's still pretty impressively fast. I'm gonna get a roll of filament ready just in case. Oh, that's just annoying me. But 55% done, almost there. Wow. Wow, that's pretty quick. 64% done. 75% done. You hear that? That thud, 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 thud. Wonder what that is. Almost done, 89%. 93%. Not affected the print quality at all. Wow. Wow. Print time was 16 minutes and 40 seconds. It even tells you how much material it used. PLA, 10 grams. Let's pull this off of here real quick. I'll get this extra slip off. I think I'm going to print the keychain or the spatula. Was it a keychain or a spatula? All right, so this is a lot heavier. You can hear, does it make that noise? And the print quality, still got a bit of that banding right there, but not bad. It just looks like a color change for some reason. A little bit of banding up there too, but no stringing, no. Can barely read the benchy in the back. Can you read that here? No. And that hole looks really bad compared to. So this is the on the left side of the picture is the bonkers benchy. So you can kind of see the separation there a little bit. And then this is the benchy rules. Can't really read the back of it that well. The window looks better. The layer lines look better. No stringing on either. Definitely layer lines look way better. The accuracy of the part looks better. Stay focused. Do get this get the restart lines there. Did that happen here anywhere? I think that's funny. On the, oh no, there it is, right on the back. They're aligned. But yeah, no stringing in the box. A little bit of stringing in that hole there. Any stringing in that hole? Just a tiny little bit. That top looks definitely way better there than the other one did. Well, that's definitely awesome. I hate leaving filament just hanging on the print head. All right, let's try one last one and then I'll call it a night. So finished. Click anywhere. There we go. Home. Print. And let's do the keychain is ISQOI. It's a 10-minute print. OQOI. It just says original Prusa. But let's try it. And then it'll probably use up the rest of the sample filament. I'll be able to switch over to my spool roll, see how the filament sensor works. See if it catches that it runs out of filament, pauses the print. Okay, again, so this is something new I'm not used to. It's preheating to 107. You can't see it on there, but it's preheating to 107, or excuse me, 170 first for the calibration. It does take the print bed up to 60 to calibrate. That's what I forgot to do. Luckily, I can do that while it's heating up. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. Cleaning nozzle. Nozzle cleaning. Nozzle cleaning. Nozzle cleaning. Throwing ports 1, 9. 2, 9, 3, 9, 4, 9, 5, 9, 6, 9, 7, 9, 8, 9, 9, 9. Printing. Throwing port 1, 9. I don't know why it does this. 1, 9, and it's going to go 2, 9, and then it'll start printing 2, 9. E-heating. 73, 74, 75, 76, 178, 180, 190, 105, 86, 87, 88, 190, 191, 92, 4, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 202, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it takes about 3 minutes to do all the calibration and heat up. So add 3 minutes to any of your prints for all that. Not going to touch it. Oh, that's super quiet. I'm not hearing that thudding noise. I don't even know if this is going to use all that filament. But I quite like that I don't have to do the live Z calibration. I guess that's what the what's it called? The load cell test. The load cell does automatically now. That first layer is nice. Let's see if I can get down in there. See it. Look at that first layer. Can't see it anymore. Here. This side. Yeah, there we go. And you can see it. Look how good that first layer is. That's beautiful. I don't think I've had that nice of a first layer ever. I hear any of the clicking, the thudding that was happening with the Vinci print. This may not even use up all the filament. But after this print is done, I need to go to bed. It is super late. But I have to say, I'm impressed. I'm quite happy with myself as well. 67% done. Big ass mosquito. How'd you get in here? Just had my heater worked on yesterday. I think I mentioned it last night's stream. It's finally back up and running, but the back door to the basement was open for a while. So I think some bugs got in while the back door was open because it was getting done. The work was getting done at night. Of course, the basement lights were all on. So all that bright light was coming through the doors and attracting all the mosquitoes and light attracted bugs. 80% done. Still got some filament left too. Oh, excuse me. That was a big yawn. Apologize. Oh. 85% done. Are you 8% done? 99 and print paused. Why is print paused? 100% done. There we go. That was weird. 4 grams of PLA. A little bit of string in there at the end. Come on. All right, so let's take a look. So, man, that first layer is fantastic. And then I think the side looks good. It's a thin print. Top's a little rough. Get to focus, focus, focus. Can you focus? There we go. Top's a little rough, like right here on the S. Top of the A, a couple of the spots there, a little rough. And not too bad on the top. So anyway, I got a little bit of what a gunky gunk right there. Where is it? There it is. Everywhere else looks fine. I think that's just where the the layer line switched. They aligned. But man, that bottom is smooth. Love it. All right. So that's it. The build is done. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. The whole build's done. Everything's done. Everything's printed. Here's the Bonkers Benchy. Here's the Benchy Rocks. And here's the keychain is QOI on there. And everything looks like it's put together good and working great. So next step's do the MMU3. Again, I don't think I'm going to stream that. Streaming everything has been a little bit of a pain, especially with the 3 kids and the wifey. You know, having to take time away from everybody while they're all asleep. Kind of cutting into my sleep schedule a little bit. So anyway, whereas I could like, you know, do it throughout the day when I have like, you know, 5-10 minutes here, 5-10 minutes there, come down, do a couple steps, go back, so on and so forth. Or do like, you know, 30 minutes here and there, where, you know, 30-minute stream isn't going to be that great. But anyway, so yeah, we've been on for almost 3 hours now. Everything is printed and working good. I'm quite happy with everything. So hey, if you get to watch this in the VOD, anybody joining me for the live stream tonight, but if you get to watch this in the VOD and it helps you out at all, or helps you make a decision if you want to get this printer or anything like that, I hope it helped. Even if it just helps one person, that was worth it all. So anyway, thanks for joining me. If you have any suggestions for me on what to do for future content, you know, shoot me a comment or a message. themakerjeremy@gmail.com is my email. Check it usually about once a week. But if there's anything you have, you know, for suggestions or questions, you know, I'm more than happy to help out whenever I can. But anyway, thanks a lot. You have a